Hi everyone, we've just got a little bit of a different look to this video as I'm trying out a few different options and the different ways of doing things as we pull this together. Welcome back to Leadership in Pictures, and I want to jump into something that is slightly controversial and a little bit different, but leadership on the rugby field. Let's face it, if you come from a rugby playing nation, you are likely to hear rugby talk every so often. In my home country of New Zealand, rugby is a life source. Our wee nation places a lot of pride, recognition, and pretty much our social identity on the rise and the fall of our national rugby team. It is a team that is high profile, mostly high performing, and every step of their work is in the public arena. Every game, every off the field action, every interaction that happens comes with a commentary. Imagine leading in this environment. The pressure of leading a team of athletes who really are in the top 1% of their game. A team who, for decades, has been number one in the world or thereabouts. What do you teach them? How do you lead them? What sort of skills do you need to lead and coach a team when they are the best of the best? You know, for those of you that have been to the movies recently and you've seen Top Gun, you'll know what I'm talking about. And then what if on your watch the team doesn't perform? What happens? What happens is, as the All Blacks have, if they begin to lose game after game? Everyone has a theory and everyone is correct. Public judgments and crucifixions. New Zealanders are pretty direct with their opinions. High expectations and perhaps sometimes even a little unrealistic. Or is it because they are so used to seeing success, they're not willing to accept anything less? So with that, of course, I am a New Zealander and I have an opinion. Like every parent that comes into a school, they have opinions about education. After all, they are experts as they went to school. So they know what happened, albeit 20 years ago for some of them. Just like our parents, of course, I've watched rugby, I've played rugby and I've coached rugby. So we even had rugby at our wedding, in our wedding vows, and the priest that married us was a rugby referee assessor. So I am highly qualified, or in fact, I am no more qualified than the average rugby spectator to offer an opinion from a rugby perspective. But we'll look at this instead of maybe through a rugby lens, maybe through a leadership lens instead. The All Blacks are on a losing streak. Why? Well, personally, I don't think it's the athletes. Yes, we could do with more depth in certain positions, and we could blame COVID, or we could say that the rest of the world has caught up. But really, the players are equally as skilled as everyone before them, give or take. There may be gaps and a continued need to build from below, but the quality is generally there. This is a leadership story. Elite athletes with skills need leadership that recognises and values their skills, values their skill base, and simply builds strategy, not skill. It is the management, coaches, and the board's job to bring the best out of them. When their needs aren't being met or they don't get what they need, as a unit and as individuals, they can't perform and they just give in to the daily grind. Their best comes out when they are coached and directed and led by people who develop culture, offer clarity and connect with them, connect the team, eliminate the egos and push their buttons to be exceptional. They need leaders who can operate at this level and are connected to each other in some way. They need to be exceptional performers themselves. They need to be strategizers, creative risk takers, ideators, connectors, and communicators. Operations and mechanics are needed for sure, but that becomes a management thing, not a leadership or a coaching thing. You know, we need observers of practice, fine-tuners, working with calm and wisdom, and pushing for more. But mostly, they need leadership that can build a culture that focuses on their role, then each other, and then the game at hand. They need direction. They need to refocus from the board level down. I go back to a book that was written a while ago and it's just been reviewed. I'm reviewing it in September. But Legacy by James Kerr is a fabulous insight to All Blacks culture as it was. And maybe it's time to go back to basics, not just the players, but the basics 15 principles, their roots, their foundations. Find it interesting. He's got 15 elements and there are 15 members on the field. Number 1, sweep the sheds. Never be too big to do the small things that need to be done. Number 2, go for the gap. When you're at the top of your game, change your game. Keep looking for the next tweak, the next push, the next change. Number 3, play with purpose. Ask why, know why. When you know why, you perform at a higher level. You're more invested. Number 4, pass the ball. Leaders create leaders. It's not about control, it's about capacity building. Number 5, create a learning environment. Leaders are teachers. Everyone has something to learn. Number 6, love this one, no dickheads. Follow the whānau, follow the family, you are one of a team. No one has a bigger role or is more important than someone else. Number 7, embrace expectations, aim for the highest cloud, push for more. Number 8, train to win. Practice under pressure so that when the pressure comes, it's all about just doing what you need to do. Keep a blue head. Control your attention. Number 10, know thyself. Look after yourself, know your performance, know how you impact, know where you're doing it well and where you need to sharpen it up. Keep it real. Number 11, invent your own language. Sing your world into existence. Find your common language. Find the common ways for your team to give feedback, to excel, to perform, to rely on each other. Number 12, sacrifice. Find something that you would die for. It's that ultimate commitment to give you life, feel connected, that thing, that passion, that joy that you love. Number 13, find your ritual to actualize. Ritualize to actualize. Create a culture. Number 14, be a good ancestor. Leave your legacy. You are planting trees. Trees that you will never see. Pay forward. Be good to the world. Be good to your team. And in number 15, in fact, write your legacy. This is your time. What are you going to leave behind? What are you going to leave in your footsteps? Footsteps of goodness and footsteps of greatness, or footsteps of mediocrity? Like I said, watch this space more. We've got a review of Legacy coming in September. There have been leaders in the past and they will be leaders again. It's a time where they have to stop. The All Blacks have to stop, get the seats on the bus sorted, paddle the waka in unison, paddle that canoe in unison, because at the moment there are too many agendas and leadership that should be leading is actually managing. And then the team is feeling lost. Some say the coach has to go and others are pointing at the board. The odd person continues to blame the player. Even an average team of players who are connected can be led to beat a team of superstars doing their own thing or feeling frustrated due to the lack of direction and poor leadership. Neck on the line, I do think the coach has to go. If he isn't getting the performance from the team, there's got to be some really deep reflection there. There is a saying that you get promoted to your level of incompetence. I don't know if this is so, but some environments and some contexts just don't suit some styles. I'm not sure he has the ideation needed for this team. Can he see beyond the now and create the next leap? The All Blacks have always been at the cutting edge, bordering on insane, and it has worked. The leadership to do this, to me, just doesn't seem to be there. Similarly, the board needs a total review, and some decent work needs to be done to bring back the culture building. What is the mission? Simple focus. They're not a team that need to be told what to do. They're a team that need to be ignited. The coach needs the skills to do this, and so does the board. Now let's put that in the job description. It's a long road back, but watch out when they arrive. It will be bigger, better, faster, stronger. They will be, as their ancestors were, quite invincible. Meanwhile, as a team, they've fallen from the peak. They aren't alone. Many have, after a long reign, and many more will. Go back into the review that we've done previously here on Leadership and Pictures. You win in the locker room first. It's the same story, just a different team and a different sport. In there, we find a really honest reflection from a coach of that team. Points us in the right direction. The All Blacks board and coaching could do with a copy. Their story isn't unique. Anyway, enough of the soapbox. Just look for the leadership lessons there. Ciao for now.